Welcome back, YouTubers. Today I'm gonna be setting up a different type of charging system for people who might not have a big charging solar array or windmill, but they have like a small generator. It could be 1,000 watts, it could be 2,000 watts. That'd be perfectly fine. And what I'm using now is my connectors. That's what I'm gonna be using. It's the mixed sky blue charge controllers, which I've shown in my previous videos of my charging system using the windmill and a solar array. I'm also going to be charging, let's say, a backup system if you don't have a windmill. Sorry, not windmill, a wind generator. You can also use this method if you have a small generator lying around, or if you could buy a small one. Nice, the nice little quiet Honda or the Ryobi or the Predator from Harbor Freight, the little small, little nice quiet compact ones that does about 2,000 watts. It'll be perfectly fine. And I'm going to show you how to do this using a bridge rectifier. This one's not a 3-phase, it's a single phase version. The reason why I'm using this is because I'm using the regular 120 house volts to convert to DC, and to show you that these two are your inputs. There could be any polarity coming in. See, any polarity because it's AC, but the top is, I can see clearly, either on was negative, on positive. So the polarity has to be right on coming from that to the mixed sky blue solar charger charge controller. And what this does is you can find any loose cord from any junk appliance that you have. You're gonna get the wire. You're gonna cut it off from the appliance or whatever you're gonna do. I have a whole bunch of connectors and what's not. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna crimp. You can use the open type fork connectors, or you can use the circular connectors. I prefer these because it's easy to remove instead of removing the whole complete bolt from the rectifier and then screwing it all the way back in. You just loosen it up and take it off. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take these two, like I say, any direction, but you put it more to the flat and connect it to the bottom. And you're gonna take this other end. You can plug it into the house if you're still on the main line, if you're doing a hybrid setup, you're still receiving power from the power company, or if you are out somewhere, a cabin, or you are off grid completely, and there's, let's say, it's very cloudy outside, and there's hardly no power coming in to charge your batteries back up, which you might have a nice decent sized battery bank. So this setup can help you out a lot on a cloudy day. You can take this, plug it into the generator, start it up, and it's gonna act as your wind generator because it's gonna be sending AC waves in, and this is gonna convert it from AC to DC. And then from this, just have two scrap wires. You're gonna have another set of wires like this, and it's gonna go on the top, and they have to be polarity corrected because it's going from this into the mixed sky blue charge controller, which can take anywhere from 72 for 48 volt system, 72 to 160 volts in, and your house is 120, so you are within range of the input, the DC input, for the charge controller to work successfully and charge your batteries right. And as you see over here, this is the instructions that comes with the mixed sky blue. And to confirm what I'm talking about, see, I say PV voltage, open circuit, and the voltage. See, for 48 volt batteries, you have 72 volts to 160 volts AC. See the little sign in the middle? That's AC coming in. But you gotta remember, the maximum PV voltage open circuit for battery volts. See, 48 volt battery, 160 volts. So because your house is 120, you are in range of the DC input going into the charge control, mixed sky blue charge controller. So that's perfectly fine. So this is gonna make this mixed sky blue controller think that it's getting power from a wind generator or a solar system, but you're getting power from your generator. but still it's the same concept, but just that wind and the sun is what you would call green energy, free energy, which you still have to buy gas for your generator. But even if you buy gas for it, those generators last almost 4 to 5 hours or even more on a tank of gas, which will charge your battery bank up where it needs to be sufficient enough to keep the house going on a cloudy day. So this is what I'm going to show you now on this little extra setup as a backup to help your batteries be charged on a cloudy day if it's raining outside or it's going to be cloudy in your solar array or the wind is not blowing, to bring your battery bank back up to its normal operating range. So like I said, you're going to get any appliance with a decent, don't have to be no thick thin wire or nothing like that. It could be a regular thin wire, because this is going to take all the heat and it has a massive heat sink on it. But you could put a decent heat sink. You could buy a smaller one, but these are the ones I had lying around because I had built in a previous system, so I have big, huge rectifiers and heat sinks lying around. So I'm just putting this together. But you can use 50 amp ones if you just want a small charge system. But I recommend getting something with a nice, big, that can take a lot of power. Like this one here is 100 amps, 1600 volts. So you're gonna get the appliance wire. You're gonna cut the end off, put some connectors on it. From the AC side in, from the generator in, you're gonna go to the AC input side. You're going to the AC input side, and from the rectified side, DC out, positive, negative, you're gonna go from here into the charge controller. And then obviously the charge controller is gonna go to your battery bank or your BMS or whatever to charge your batteries back the way it's supposed to be, with the normal operating voltage. And simple as that. You get yourself a backup generator system on a cloudy day to keep your power going. Thank you. Thanks for watching.